Welcome to our continuing series Questions and Answers from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today's subject is Willpower Part 2 from Sri Aurobindo. Once the Chinese have made up their minds to this revolution, they are likely to carry it out with the greatest possible completeness, business-like method, effective organization, and the least possible waste and friction. In the history of China, no less than the history of Japan, we are likely to see the enormous value of national willpower using the moral outcome of a great and ancient discipline, even while breaking the temporary mold in which that discipline had cast society, thought, and government. We in India have an ancient discipline much more powerful than the Chinese or Japanese. But where is the center of sovereignty in India which will direct the national willpower to the right use of that discipline? I don't think stammering has anything to do with insufficient lung power, nor is it usually caused by malformation of the vocal organs. It is commonly a nervous, physico-nervous impediment and is perfectly curable. I can't say that I know of any special device for it. People have used various kinds of devices to get over it, but behind them, all willpower and a patient discipline of the utterance are indispensable. The inertia is there because there was always in your outer being a great force of tamas, and it is this that is being used by the resistance. There was also a deficiency of steady willpower in the outer mind, which makes it more difficult for the force to come down than for the knowledge. When you are entirely open, the force can act on the sciatica and it lessens or disappears. But with the consciousness blocked by the inertia, these difficulties come in the way. The most general charge against Indian culture in its practical effects can be dismissed without any serious difficulty. The critic with whom I have to deal has in fact spoiled his case by the spirit of frantic exaggeration in which he writes. To say that there has been no great or vivid activity of life in India, that she has had no great personalities with the mythical exception of Buddha and the other pale exception of Ashoka, that she has never shown any willpower and never done any great thing, is so contrary to all the facts of history that only a devil's advocate in search of a case could advance it at all or put it with that crude vehemence. India has lived and lived greatly. Whatever judgment one may pass on her ideas and institutions. But these things are, it may be said, the things of the mind, and the intellect, imagination, and aesthetic mind of India may have been creatively active, but yet her outward life depressed, dull, poor, gloomy with the hues of asceticism, void of willpower and personality, ineffective, null. That would be a hard proposition to swallow, for literature, art, and science do not flourish in a void of life. But here too, what are the facts? India has not only had the long roll of her great saints, sages, thinkers, religious founders, poets, creators, scientists, scholars, legists. She has had her great rulers, administrators, soldiers, conquerors, heroes, men with the strong active will, the mind that plans, and the seeing force that builds. She has warred and ruled, traded and colonized, and spread her civilization, built polities, and organized communities and societies, done all that makes the outward activity of great peoples.